One of the easiest ways to make colorful cables is to knit vertical stripes using the usual stranded color work method, and to make sure that each group of stitches that we plan to cross has a full color pattern repeat. For example, I'm going to cross 4 stitches over 4 stitches, and because my color pattern is 2 stitches in color A and 2 stitches in color B, my 4 stitches make the full color pattern repeat. To make a right slanting cable, take a cable needle and slip the first group of stitches that you plan to cross. In my case, it's going to be the first 4 stitches of the cable. Slip them to the cable needle, purlwise without twisting the stitches. Then move the cable needle to the back of the work and move both strands over the cable needle, but still keep those strands at the back of the work. And then work the next group of stitches, in my case it's going to be the next 4 stitches, in this established color pattern. That means that we work the stitch in the same color as the stitch itself. So my first 2 stitches are in blue, so I pick the blue strand and I knit these 2 stitches with the yarn in the blue color. And then I move to the yellow strand and knit the next 2 stitches in yellow. Now we're going back to the cable needle, but make sure you don't mess up with the strands. So move them to the right, and then go to the cable needle and work the stitches from the cable needle. You can work them directly from the cable needle, but I usually prefer to slip them to the left needle first, just like this. And then go back to your working position and work these stitches in the established color pattern. That means I work my first 2 stitches in blue and the next 2 stitches in yellow. That's how we make a right slanting color cable. Now let's see how we can make a left slanting color cable. The idea is the same. We take the cable needle and we slip the first group of stitches to the cable needle, but this time we're gonna hold these stitches at the front of the work. By the way, if you don't like to use cable needle, that's fine. Use any of the methods that you know, or any method described at the tutorial that you'll find at 10roseday.com/cables-without-needle. So once we have the stitches at the front of the work, now we are ready to work the next group of stitches. And again, we work them in the established color pattern. So I work 2 stitches in blue and 2 stitches in yellow. Then we go back to those stitches on the cable needle. I like to slip them to the left needle first, and then we work them again in the established color pattern. So in the same color as the stitch itself. 2 stitches in blue and 2 stitches in yellow. And this is our left slanting cable. So I'm going to work my last stitch and we'll take a closer look at the pattern. See, that's how our cables look. If you cross stitches on top of each other, then you will make lovely vertical cables. But you can use the same method to work any type of cable pattern. For example, you can make basket weave cables, crossing stitches, shifting the crosses in every time that you make them. And you can make them with wider cables or with narrow cables, as the cables that you see in this swatch. You can put the cables close to each other, as you see over here, or you can make the cable your centerpiece. So you can place one cable somewhere in the visible part of your project, at the center of the project, at the side of a sweater, for example, and place it on a background worked in reverse stockinette stitch with stitches alternating, with colors alternating in every stitch. So as you see, when it comes to colorful cables, the sky is the limit. To get the full tutorial about this method, go to 10roseday.com/2-color-cables. Happy knitting, my friend. I'll talk to you in the next tutorial.